Happy Friday, friends. This is Becky with Becky Budgets, and I am currently on a journey with my husband to pay off $69,000 in order to possibly get into our home, our first home, within the next, I guess I need to say 4 years now instead of 5. My husband and I embarked on this journey on April 1st of 2022, so this is the very end of the 12th month. For those of you who have been with my channel a while, I did not get paid today. So what I decided to do instead is to go ahead and close out March. Let's go ahead and jump to it. Here we go. And here we are revisiting my March budget. On this one, I tend to round down with income and round up with all of our expenses. And we see where we ended up for the end of the month. So let's go ahead and get started. For the month of March, we did bring in less income. So my income came in for $4,124. My husband's income came in for $2,908. And then bonus income included the $500 from my dad and the $62 from our car registration. So I'll go ahead and put 562 down. When I add those three values together, and I'll just move this over so you can see. That's going to give us a total of $7,594. Compared to what we had budgeted, we brought in $335 more than we had budgeted. And we'll see how that played out as we work this out. So rent came in for $2,449. Our subscriptions were $81. Excel, which is our natural gas, was $256. The Apple phone was nothing. T-Mobile was $100. Xfinity was at set $172. Allstate was $165. It looks like I've continually budgeted an extra dollar on there every month. Nationwide was $160. PostNet did come in for $10. We didn't have anything unbudgeted. And then the Honda registration was $62. So let's go ahead and add those values together. And that gives us a total of $3,455. Moving over to our variable expenses, we did go ahead and fill all of our variable expenses this past month. So food did get $400, gas got $250, pets, hubby, and me got $100 each. Eating out got $75, and miscellaneous got $50. When we add those together, we end up with $1,075. Moving down to our credit card payments actually came down because of having paid off the Barclay cards. So we ended up paying $369 towards the credit cards. The Upstart loans were that set 1652. Advantage was $181. And then both Barclays were 0. We add the city, and that got $260. When we add those values together, that gives us a total of $2,462. Then last but not least, it is our sinking funds. So we ended up paying $106 towards Christmas and $106 towards moving. And then we did change the amount that we were putting towards our sinking funds. So we ended up paying $500. Hold on, we didn't pay three months worth. So 130 times 3. So we ended up paying $390 towards our sinking funds last month. When we add those 3 values together, we end up with $602. Now, to see how we did overall, our total income was $7,594. And then our total expenses equal all the numbers next to the pink. So we've got 602 plus 2462 plus 1075 plus 3455, and that gives us a total of $594, which means that we ended up with splitting completely even, which is always good news. Now moving back into my favorite section in the Budget Mom workbook, it is the budget closeout section. This month, we were able to pay $2,478.64 towards debt. And that equated to $1,526 with 1 cent of actual decrease in debt. That means that this month we paid 1.09% of our debt. Taking a look over at the overall debt since we started, we have paid off $12,765.43, which means that we have an overall debt progress of 9.12%. Now, you are going to notice that we have a difference between what we paid and what our progress was. One thing that I did have to take into consideration was that we paid $200 as a transfer fee from the Discover to the City bank card. So that played into it. And then as far as interest goes, we paid $675.54 towards interest. And I do always annotate that in red. Moving on to our monthly net worth, I am happy to say that we are still in the positive. This is so exciting for me. This month, our retirement funds did pretty well. I had one that went up about $1,200 and the other one that went up about $4,000. So that's always good news. Now, things did get a little shifted because of that Citibank card. So that being said, we did increase our net worth amount by $2,218 with 49 cents, which means that we increased it by 32.4%. That means that we, for the month of March, ended with a net worth of $9,057.41, which is very exciting. On the next page, I go through to see basically how well did I do on budgeting. I don't see very much red on this sheet, which means that I probably budgeted pretty close to what we needed. Excel, which is our natural gas and energy, was over by $5.38. Gas prices here in Colorado are high, so that didn't surprise me. Our snowball ended up getting $136 more than we put towards snowball last month. If you do remember, last month was when we got our tax return. So we ended up putting a lot of our tax return towards debt. But as far as, I don't know why I'm saying last month. It's what I budgeted. Sorry. What I budgeted were the two minimums of the Barclay cards. So that being said, we did end up putting $136 more, which is always good news. And then here's where I track our interest, which was those $675.54. Overall, I can say that seems that my guesstimations are pretty spot on. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with those numbers. As far as where our monthly debt and savings breakdown come in, we did do a little less towards savings. I like to keep that towards 10%. And then we did slightly higher on the debt payment. So it was a little skewed, but not by too much. What I look for on this sheet is taking a look at the two Upstart loans. Those do take the bulk of our debt payments since they are so high. But I always like to make sure that the snowball, which in this case is now the city, gets the third highest amount. And it did end up with 11.2%. This right here is that quarterly update I'll be filling out tomorrow to do our quarter update and do a comparison of what we did all year. And this right here is our monthly spending comparison. So this one here compares this month with last month. As always, I take a look at the red on here. So rent ended up going up about $4. It was still under $2,500, so I'm happy with that. Our subscriptions actually went down. They did not go up, so I'm not sure why I wrote that in red. Let me fix that. I think I transposed everything. Hold on. So we'll fix this real quick. I'm just looking for my, here we go. It's my black erasable pen. So 112.01 minus 86.90 equals 25.11 less. And then this one also is under. I must have transposed those. So 1419.88 minus 369 gives us 1050.88 under. So I do apologize for that. Those are all black values. Our Xfinity was off by a cent. I'm not going to worry about it. Our sinking funds ended up with $674.60 less this month. That had a lot to do with the tax return that helped us out last month. Our interest, we could not figure out the interest last month because it was hard to figure out with us paying off those two credit cards. But this month we were able to find that it was $675.54. And then last but not least, we ended up putting $544 towards our snowball in the month of February. That included some overages from our variable envelopes, which I don't count for in our budget because when I take out the money for our variable expenses, that's written off the budget. So that's all extra money. In March, we were able to put $277 towards that, which means that we paid $274 less, but that doesn't surprise me. Number one, because our income was $2,666.81 less than last month, and we didn't have that extra money from our tax return. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the current trackers that I'm working on. So let's take a look. So right now we are working on 2 trackers. This right here is the Big Mama, as I like to call it. These are the Upstart loans. I do have the amounts for the higher loan written in, and I'm happy to report that we only have 6 more payments of $940 to pay off that older debt. And we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 940s left to color in. The other loan has obviously, and it started with 60 payments because we opened it last year. And so that one's slowly getting colored in with different colors. But we are definitely making progress on that. Our second debt tracker now, and I downloaded this off of the debtfreecharts.com for free. I started this new one for our medical debt. Our medical debt moved from the Discover card to the Citi Diamond card at the beginning of March. The total amount that was moved from one to the other was $6,967.66. What we were able to pay onto that equated to about 1 3/4 of a spot. What I decided to do for this one is I'm going to work from the bottom up, and I'm going to use rainbow colors just so that I know what we pay off from month to month to make it a little easier. Well, friends, that is it for our March closeout. Tomorrow, I am going to be filming and posting our quarterly update, and I'm going to include all the debts that we have been able to pay off within the last 12 months. I'm excited to see how much we paid off from our highest debt amount to where we are right now, and we'll be able to figure that out tomorrow. I'm also going to be counting the dollar bill and $5 bill envelopes that we have collected this quarter to see how much we've saved, and then possibly put that towards something. I guess I'll figure it out on the fly tomorrow. Anyways, my friends, I hope that each and every one of you has an amazing weekend. Stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.